Hi there, Internet. My name's Court. You've got courtside seats for my review of Greta. Let's do it. Greta is a horror thriller from director Neil Jordan and Focus Features. The film stars Chloe Grace Moretz, Isabelle Huppert, Maika Monroe, Colm Feore, Stephen Rea, and Zawe Ashton. A young woman befriends a lonely widow who's harboring a dark and deathly agenda towards her. Before I start, I want to say thanks to my buddy Dave at InTheSeats.ca for hooking me up with passes to a screening of this movie. In the Seats is a movie and TV review website based here in Toronto. I just put up my first written review for them for a film called Lords of Chaos. It's on the site right now. I hope you will go. Give it a look, show them some love. Now this movie, Greta, I was looking forward to. I was hoping to see it at TIFF last year, just based on the cast and the director alone. You know, Neil Jordan made The Crying Game, which I think is a really good movie, and he made Interview with the Vampire, which personally I think is amazing. I wasn't able to see it at TIFF, but I got to see it last night, and what did I think? Yeah, it was okay. We've seen the whole Stalker movie thing before, and this movie just honestly brings absolutely nothing new to the table. There are elements of misery in there, and they even kind of try and turn the titular Greta into a bit of a Hannibal Lecter type at the end. Not that she eats people she doesn't, but it's like, sorry movie, you have not earned that. Now, Chloe Grace Moretz is an actress I've really become a fan of over the last couple of years. She's always serviceable, and she turns in a really strong performance in this movie. Isabelle Huppert, I'm not familiar with, and she looks freakishly like Helen Mirren, and throughout the whole movie I kept thinking, I wonder if this movie would have been better with Helen Mirren in it, but I don't think it would have because Isabelle Huppert gives a really strong performance as well. The acting is not the problem with this movie at all. I liked Maika Monroe in it. Unfortunately, Colm Feore and Stephen Rea, who are both world-class actors in my opinion, get virtually nothing to do. And then you have Zawe Ashton, who I didn't know until I saw Velvet Buzzsaw recently, and I thought, honestly, she was terrible in that movie, so I was curious to see what she would do here. She only has one scene. It was pretty solid. Now the pacing is great. The movie's only about 98 minutes long, and it just gets flying right away. Now personally, I felt it got a little bit too crazy a little early, so it felt like there was nowhere to go. Now they do triple down on the crazy by the end of the film, but that's also the part of the movie where it really kind of falls off the rails and just gets straight up silly. Not that the first two acts were amazing, they weren't, but at least I was with the movie for the first two, and then he got to the end and it's just like, oh, come on. But the biggest problem with this movie is the story. It's derivative. I've seen everything in this movie many times before. And because of that, there are no surprises, there are no twists. I found myself kind of hoping halfway through that maybe Greta would turn out to be a figment of Francis's imagination. Granted, we've seen that before too, but at least that would have thrown a curveball. No such luck. Now, most horror movies have those moments where you're like, why would you do that? Or why wouldn't you do this? Yeah, fair enough, but those moments are all over this film. I didn't find the film scary at all, and there's some pretty cringy dialogue in there too. Now, having said all of that, this was actually one of the best theater-going experiences I've had in quite a while. My entire screening room was having a blast. They were screaming at the appropriate parts, and they were laughing their heads off in moments where they probably weren't meant to be, and it kind of made me think of The Room. Not that this movie is anywhere close to as bad, i.e. amazing, as The Room, don't get me wrong, it's not. This is a very capably made film, but that people ended up really enjoying The Room, just not the way they were supposed to. And that's exactly what happened with this movie. Yeah, people were laughing, but laughing is good, laughing is fun. Everybody enjoyed it, even though it was not necessarily the desired response. Greta isn't terrible. It's just really formulaic and rather forgettable. And given the talent in front of and behind the camera, I was hoping for a lot more. Bummer. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to give Greta, and I think I'm going to give Greta a
show's over, mother
out of 10. So now I want to know, have you seen Greta? What did you think about it? What is your favorite Stalker movie of all time? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.